Capricorn and hagstone people, look at that. I found the most incredible hagstone yesterday, having thought that I wasn't going to find one here in Italy because I don't normally. This is a beaut, covered in moss. Look at that. So, I've already laid your cards, and they're really interesting, and it's very dense and leading to some wonderful change. So, diving straight in. Internally, you are feeling like the Two of Swords. You're in two minds about something. You're trying to reach for your intuition. You're not quite at the High Priestess, the microphone, a High Priestess stage where the moon is at her feet. Here the moon is still in the sky. The swords are getting really heavy. You're not really sure what decision to make, and maybe neither are the right one, but that's how you're feeling, undecided, in two minds. And how that makes you act on the outside world is like the King of Swords, in a rather emotional way. You feel irritable, tense, emotional. I say irritable because he looks irritable today. There's a red ship behind him and this wonderful sea that's stratified, almost like land, but it's making you feel tense and irritable. And another two in the basis of the reading, which is how do you juggle? So maybe this is why you're trying to make a decision about one or other path. The basis of the reading is that you've been juggling something for too long and it's getting too much. Again, the sea, just like the King of Cups, he's a little bit lighter with it, but the same sort of sea with the ships on it. But this is the basis of it. You've been juggling too long and you want to take a decision now. Glasses are very dirty. Something that's been cut, that's just been in the past is the Queen of Wands. So you've been in a very creative, intuitive energy and trying to, if it's not someone who's come across your path that's like that, there's been a sort of energy of it that's made you want to move forward from this kind of stasis. You want to sort of bring all of her chutzpah, her intuition, her ability to create and go after what she wants. That energy has entered your space. And maybe that's why you can't tolerate this juggling anymore. Now, this is interesting. In your potential outcome, what a huge bunch of cards. We've got the Six of Wands, meaning success, hooray. The Knight of Wands, that kind of more of that Queen of Wands, but even more self-serving and skittish, but fun. The Ace of Cups, a new start. The Seven of the Chariot, fast and furious. It is splitting your laser beam still. But with these other cards, it feels like a sort of very creative and sexy sort of fun energy. And then the Two of Wands, another two. So this is a potential outcome where you start to look for what you want. So rather than holding those two swords, now you start to think, actually, what is it that I want? And then unleash this kind of energy. What you're looking for is somewhere where you can be this successful, where you can be on your mythic quest, where you can love it, and where you can have a lot of fun, like the Knight of Wands. And coming up in the near future, more wandy energy. So your internal emotional unsure state is flanked by the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. So more excitement. This is what's driving you from out of this stasis, from out of this position where it's got to be that you're constantly juggling. You don't want that anymore. There's a drive in you to resolve this. In your attitude, the High Priestess, who is the major to your internal Two of Swords. Now the moon is at her feet. She's intuitive. She's wise. She sees through the depth of a situation into its very core. So this is your attitude. This is what's lit up in you, perhaps from the Two of Swords mixed with the Queen of Wands. It's starting to become quite a deep sense of wisdom that's pushing you forward. And your environment, the Queen of Pentacles, it's a lovely home environment. I want to say that you're surrounded by loving, high value, beautiful space. I feel like you will feel in a good space, but you definitely it's a different energy from what everything else that we see here. It's a sort of more, again, the Pentacle space. So maybe the Queen of Pentacles in your environment has been allowing this juggling, and now we're getting more of this wand energy. There's less tolerance for it because the Queen of Pentacles looks after everyone and herself, but maybe she's been tolerating a little bit too much of backwards and forwards. And in your hopes and fears, we've got the Seven of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Four of coins, of pentacles. So it's a mixed bag. The pentacle side of you, the Queen of Pentacles in your environment, this beautiful stable home, and the basis of the reading of the Two of Pentacles that tolerates this juggling, wants to keep everything as it is. But the Wand side of you wants to alight on something with the Three of Wands that you actually want to go for. And there's an anxiety about how you're going to learn this new path with the Page of Pentacles and not give your power away. You know, the Queen of Pentacles really wouldn't want to give her power away. I mean, none of the queens would, but maybe the Queen of Cups a bit. But so there's a lot of feelings around picking this path, and there's a lot of reasons that are keeping you stuck. But wonderfully, at the end, we see you jumping in and affecting change. Here we see with the Wheel of Fortune that, I'm just seeing if anything pops out, the beautiful blue sky behind you, the clarity. That's what's popping out to me today. You do make a decision, you do jump forward, you do affect some change. This is fantastic. Right, where are my, this one's Enchanted Forest cards. I'm going to do a very quick comment on that. Lovely, the Child of Visions. The Child of Visions says, follow the part of you that is enthusiastic, sees only the good, is slightly beguiled, maybe a little bit naive, but she's in this dark and scary forest and she doesn't perceive anything negative. She's enjoying the rain. She's enjoying things that other people might see difficult. So what it's asking you to do is follow the youthful Page of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, that kind of beguiled energy that is going to get you out of this stuck space. So that's absolutely lovely, and as an extra help. And with, what have we got here? Too many cards from the Shining Tribe Tarot. Four of Birds and the Ace of Birds. So the Ace of Birds being in Beautiful New Start, and the Four of Birds. Let's just quickly look at the précis at the bottom of the book. I don't want this to go on for too long. I feel like the energy's fast today. Four of Birds first. The little meaning is rest, withdrawal for the purpose of healing, discoveries and knowledge when we least expect them, the realization we might get to where we want to by doing nothing rather than trying to conquer. In romance, the patient to allow a lover to come to you. So there's an element of just settling down and allowing all of those voices to just prattle on, and that maybe this moment is going to come to you not through having this argument with yourself. Should I stay? Should I pick this? What if I do that? Will I be... It's sort of settle down, allow the change to come in. And with the Ace of Birds, we have, look at him, truth, wisdom, sadness, honesty, looking into the mystery of life and death, intellectual rigor and courage, the soul in its search for meaning. That's wonderful. So that's strange, because this is obviously the Ace of Swords, which usually means utter clarity, and we're talking about mystery here. So this bird is in the card is stylized human creation from ancient Greece. It symbolizes all the creations of art inspired by birds. Though the grey background suggests night, the light of wisdom surrounds it. The green and the red colouring makes the owl a bird of life as well as death. The owl looks out at us with an intense stare, symbolic of commitment to truth. This too makes it a perfect soul bird. The eyes are purple, the colour of wisdom. The image in the lower right-hand corner, the dark sunrise, symbolises the autumn equinox. Deep wisdom and honesty. Deep, symbolic of commitment to truth. So we've got this very naive card of the Child of Visions, just following your beguilement, and then this incredibly tough, truthful new start. How interesting. And what has just popped out from the little Rider-Waite, just to clarify this further for us? Well, we've got the Four of Wands, the Two of Wands, so making a partnership. No, you know what, I'm going to put those back because I want to ask a question. Talk to me about this Ace of Birds with this utter commitment to truth. How is that going to help those that are turning up to this reading? Oh, well, that's beautiful. What a beautiful understanding of that. It says, if you feel bound up with this decision, where we see you with your hopes and fears, worrying about all sorts of things, wanting to stay stuck, worrying about losing your energy, excited, not sure, that's that kind of self-victimization tied up. But we always say, get the Ace of Swords to untie you. So this commitment to truth, this beautiful big bird of truth and honesty, is coming to untie you from that, so that you might become the magician and go into your Ten of Cups. He's helping you get to a point where you become truly powerful, know exactly what you want to affect this change in the Wheel of Fortune, take off all of those binds, and then what's waiting for you is the Ten of Cups, which is just delightful. Thank you for stopping by. See you again soon.